What's up, fellow Saiyans, and welcome to episode 64 of my Marvel United mini paints. Today I'm doing Venom, and this is the hero Venom from the core box. This is not the villain, and I'm pretty excited to do Venom. He's one of my favorite characters. Real name, Eddie Brock, but I'm sure many people know that by now with 3 movies out. To start him off, and which is going to be most of him, I'm going to use matte black, and this is going to cover pretty much his whole body. And matte black's good because it's consistent and it usually only takes 1 coat, but it's a lot of paint to apply. And I'm just going to try my best to avoid the white spider thing on the front and back of him as well as on his hands. Same thing with the eyes. The mini itself is primed up in uniform gray. In the video, it's being sped up around 16 times its normal speed. It usually takes me roughly about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to do a miniature. That includes like drying time and everything. And I've been trying to do these, like throw in a Spider-Man person and throw in an X-Man person, go back to Spider-Man with the occasional Marvel Universe person. I'm mainly focused on the X-Men and Spider-Man. But I do have, like, I just received my Season 3. I do have World War Hulk. And some ones, I mean, I plan on getting the Civil War set as well, so. Now, once we're finished with that, I'm going to head to the base of him to let the black dry. And I'm going to use Dark Stone for the base. And I'm going to apply this to everything except for the metal beam he's standing over. Now, I'm going to move up to his tongue, and I'm going to use pure red for that. And now, one of the rougher parts of this mini, I'm going to use matte white. And this is going to be for his eyes and the spider on his chest and back. Now we're going to go back to the base, and that beam he was standing over, I'm going to paint it tainted gold. Now for his gums in between his teeth, I'm going to use Warlock Purple, and I'm going to take the detail brush out now, and I'm going to start, because you got to get real fine in between each tooth. And then I'll go back over with matte white later on top of the teeth. You want to be real careful when you're using the matte white. Well, it doesn't really matter, but when you're getting the teeth, I was trying to get it all in one go. So it was kind of touching, like you want to be real sensitive. And now for the base, I'm going to add some little patches of grass in between, like in and throughout the base. And I'm going to use army green for that. Now, once he's finished and dried, well, it's time to start our washing process, and I'm going to use dark tone, and this is going to be applied to the entire miniature, although I'm going to avoid the white areas. I'm going to bring it basically right up to the white areas, like the spider in his eyes, but it's not going to go on them. I'm going to use a different wash for that. But I'm not going to use this on the base. This is going to be applied to just his body. Now, I'm mixing the quick shade wash medium with the dark tone to dilute it a little bit, and I'm going to use this for the white. And remember, when using wash, you don't want any puddles and you don't want any bubbles. So you want to make sure that you spread it out pretty evenly and get it in the recesses. And even if you got too much, you could always dip it in some water and use it to take some of the wash away. And finally, for the base, I'm going to use strong tone. I'm going to apply this to the base, and then set this little mini out to dry for a while, and it'll be time to start the highlights. So for the highlights for this, I'm just going to go back to the matte white again and add another coat of matte white over top of the washed white we already used. Now I'm going to take crystal blue because I like the blue on the Venom. So I'm going to use this and kind of dry brush it onto him. But it's kind of like it's not an actual dry brush. It's more of like I don't know what you'd call it. A flat brush. Now, once that's finished, I'm going to take this neon light green that I have. It's from Five Below. They're real cheap paints. But I'm going to use a little bit of this on his tongue. Just because it's neon, it's kind of high pigment. So I'm going to just add a little bit of like the nasty green slime all over his tongue. And then this is going to finish Venom. And I really like how he turned out. He turned out pretty good. I plan on tackling Carnage next. I'd like to take out both symbiotes and get them done with. But if you like this video, you can go check out my Facebook page or my Twitch page. It's Saiyan Elite. Just look for the little guy, or you can just hit the link down in the description video. If you want to get notified of new episodes when they come out, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll get alerted every time a new episode comes out. And again, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. More videos are coming out soon. And later, Saiyans.